Very good morning, my dear students. In today's video session, we are going to learn from the second unit, that is chapter 4, Introduction to Financial Markets. So, to create a company, what is much needed? It is the capital. So, as a owner, he cannot provide all the funds at a stretch and he cannot manage. So, what he'll do is that at times he can even join and start a business like partnership companies. And even though if they start also, they are in need of more money. So at that time, what they'll do? They'll be going for the financial markets. So here we'll be seeing the meaning and definitions of financial market, scope of Indian financial market, types of financial market, role, its functions, the new issue market versus secondary market. So, meaning and definition of financial market. A market wherein financial instruments such as financial claims, assets, and securities are traded is known as a financial market. And here, a market wherein financial instruments. So, here, instrument is an agreement between the buyer and the seller. So, when we go buy any product, example in a shop, so normally we'll be getting the bill. So, it is a proof that I bought so much of goods at that time on that date. So in this instrument it will mention who's the buyer, who's the seller, so what they exchange, in return what they got, so everything will be written, so that it will be like a document, and this is called as an instrument. Okay, it might be in a financial claims or assets. Even when I give an asset and in return if I get money, in between I'll get a document, that is an instrument. This financial market is just to mobilize the capital. So in commerce, for all types of trade, we use this name instruments and agreement. So here in financial market, if I go invest my money, so I'll be in return I'll be getting a document that so much of money invested by me on this date. So that is called as an instrument. So what all we can sell in this financial market is that assets, financial claims and securities. Now we'll see the definition. According to Brigham Young, the place where people and organizations wanting to borrow money are brought together with those having surplus funds is called a financial market. So here it is clearly said, those who are in need of money, the people, it might be an individual or a company, that is organizations, if they want to borrow money, so they are brought here with the person who are having surplus of funds. So it is called as a financial market. Now we'll see the scope of Indian financial market. So through investing like this or through borrowing like this, what is the advantage? That we'll be seeing. The financial market provides financial assistance to individuals, agricultural sectors. Sectors here is a company. So individuals means the one who's running the business solely, individually. He might be a sole proprietorship or an individual person running a company. And then industrial sectors. So service sector, here service sector, what they'll do is that they'll help the one who's in need of money, the needy ones, by way of getting donations or gifts. Then they'll help the financial institutions like banks, insurance sectors, provident funds and the government as a whole. Next, through the financial market, the institution get the short-term as well as long-term financial assistance. That is, even for a year also they'll be providing funds, or even if I want for another, if I want to extend for long period, that is long term. It is called as long term for more than a year. Short term means for a short period. It leads to overall economic development. So this financial market serves as a financial assistance to an individual, to the companies, to the government. So through this, even it will provide short-term finance and then long-term finance. Through this, the company as well as the country also will develop. Now we'll see the types of financial markets. So this financial markets has five types. The first one, that is on the basis of type of financial claim. Financial claim means here any time when I invest and if I want the money back, I can go get the money. So this is thus divided into two types, that is debt market and equity market. Here debt market is nothing but the debenture holders, the one who provides loan to the companies or the one who mobilizes the capital. It is called as a debt market. Then equity market. Equity market is nothing but equity means the shareholders who invest in the company by means of shares. So it is called as the equity market. Then next, on the basis of maturity of financial claim, that is when it comes to an end. First is the money market. Here the money market is the market for short term financial claim. That is usually for 1 year or less than that. Example, it is given here treasury bills. Treasury bills normally it will be for 91 days, 182 days or 364 days. So within a period, that is within a period of 1 year, it is called as the short term financial claim. And then commercial papers, certificates of deposit. So when you deposit, you will be getting a certificate that so much of amount been deposited. Then second one is capital market. It is the market for long term financial, that is more than a year. So it means a long term financial claim. Example, that is shares and debentures when you extend more than a year. Next, on the basis of time of issue of financial claim, that is when they are issuing the shares. So for the first time when they start a company, ஒரு கம்பெனி வந்து நியூவாக ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது அவங்களுடைய ஷேர்ஸ் வந்து they'll be selling. அப்போது அவங்க ஷேர்ஸ் ஃபஸ்ட் டைமாக இஷ்யூ பண்ணுறாங்க இல்லையா, ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் when they sell it out, that is called as the primary market. First time when they sell, ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஸோ the one who buys the share, அப்போது அவங்களுக்கு நியூவாக அவங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும் ஷேர், that is நியூ ஷேர்ஸ். ஓகே, ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் when they sell. அண்ட் செகண்டரி மார்க்கெட் என்ன அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, ஏற்கனவே இஷ்யூ பண்ண ஷேர்ஸை, சப்போஸ் நான் ஒரு கம்பெனியோட ஷேர்ஸ் ஏற்கனவே வாங்கியிருப்பேன், இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து காசு தேவைப்படுது, மேபி ஐ எம் இன் நீட் ஆஃப் மணி, ஸோ ஐ எம் செல்லிங் தி ஷேர்ஸ். அப்போ நான் ஏற்கனவே வாங்கிட்டு அகெயின் ஐ எம் செல்லிங் இட் டு சம்மன் எல்ஸ். அப்போது அதை இன்னொருத்தர் வாங்குறாரு இல்லையா, அவருக்கு வந்து தட் இஸ் செகண்டரி. ஸோ ஈ இஸ் நாட் கெட்டிங் இட் ஃப்ரெஷ். ஸோ நான் ஏற்கனவே வாங்கின ஷேர்ஸை ஐ எம் கிவிங் இட் டு another person. ஸோ தட் இஸ் கால்ட் ஆஸ் தி செகண்டரி ஒன். ஸோ ஹியர் இட் இஸ் மென்ஷன் தட் secondary market is the market for securities that are already issued. Okay, so ஏற்கனவே இஷ்யூ பண்ண ஒரு செக்யூரிட்டிஸ் வந்து இன்னொருத்தவங்க வாங்குவாங்க. So that is called as a secondary market. And here stock exchange is an important institutions in the secondary market. On the basis of timing of delivery of financial claim, here that is the time when they deliver. First, cash or spot market. Spot அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது immediate. Okay, that is spot market. Immediately I'll be getting when I transfer. By the delivery of financial instrument and payment of cash occurs. Not instrument தரும்போது when I sell it or when I invest something in return, immediately when I get. ஸோ ஒன்று கொடுக்கும்போது இம்மீடியட்டாக எனக்கு ரிட்டர்ன் கிடைக்கிது இல்லையா, that is spot market. And then forward or futures market. It is nothing but when any delivery takes place and the payment or cash takes place at a predominant determined time. அதாவது I am giving the asset but I am receiving the payment later. அதாவது நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டே கொடுத்துட்றேன் என்னுடைய அசட்டோ இல்லை செக்யூரிட்டோ இல்லை ஈவன் த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட், ஐ எம் கிவிங் இட் பிஃபோர். பட் எனக்கு அதுக்குண்டான பேமெண்ட் வந்து மேபி இன் த ஃப்யூச்சர், மேபி 1 வீக் லேட்டர் ஆர் 10 days. ஸோ தட் டைமிங் தில் பி மென்ஷன். இந்த டைமுக்குள்ளே நான் உங்களுக்கு இது செட்டில் பண்ணிடுறேன் அப்படின்றது. தட் இஸ் கால்ட் ஆஸ் ஃபார்வர்ட் ஆர் ஃப்யூச்சர்ஸ் மார்க்கெட். The last one, on the basis of the organizational structure of the financial market, that is exchange traded market, over the counter market. Here exchange traded market, that is it is an authorized place where we'll be exchanging maybe the shares or exchanging instruments, assets, anything. And so it's a standardized procedure. So for everything we'll be having some certain procedures to be followed. Now when it goes beyond that. That is, when we don't get the product in the place where they are selling, that is called as over the counter, that is outside the stock exchange. So I'm not getting the product within the place where it has to be done. அதாவது எந்த இடத்துல வந்து நம்மளுக்கு ப்ராடக்ட் கிடைக்கணுமோ, இல்லை அசெட் கிடைக்கணுமோ, செக்யூரிட்டிஸ் கிடைக்கணுமோ, இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்ஸ் கிடைக்கணுமோ, அந்த இடத்துல எனக்கு கிடைக்காம when I get all those things out of the place, so that is called as the over the counter market. So outside the stock exchange, the same thing, everything எல்லாமே வந்து அதே பேஸ் தான் இருக்கும். பட் என்னென்னா நம்மளுக்கு அந்த குறிப்பிட்ட இடத்துல கிடைக்காம வேறு இடத்துல வாங்குறது. This is otherwise called as a decentralized market, but with customized procedure. Procedure will be the same, but the place of purchasing or place of getting, it will be different, but not in the exact place where they will be selling or exchanging. Will be getting out of that place. So that is over the counter market. Okay students, in the next video session we will be learning about the role of financial market, functions of financial market, then differentiation between new issue market and secondary market. Thank you students. Have a nice day.